we have Mr. Manu Rueda, hyper leader, to give his opinion on artificial intelligence technology. Mr. Manu Rueda current specialization is around generating new solutions using disrupting layers like artificial intelligence. Due to his international background, he loves to work in multicultural environments and to work in mixed teams regarding experiences. Manu Rueda also helps and invests in startups and public organizations like the European Commission on understanding how to integrate AI in their projects pipelines with user-centric and results-based results.
Yep.
Hacking now with machine learning, deep learning, artificial intelligence, NLP, NLU, NLG, Python, C, C++, and MATLABs.
Yep.
So these stages you asked Mr. Manu, you can go on with your presentation.
Okay, cool. So
Please.
let's begin. When I was a child, I imagined the future when I was 7 years old about flying cars, going to space. I envisioned the future that I was reading in books. And instead of that, we got selfies and Kim Kardashian. That is great. You as marketers are using new channels, new ways of communications, and you need to use new ways of selling. So this is what I imagine, and this is the reality. So there is like this gap between the technology that we foresee that is going to happen and what is actually happening in real life. So I help companies envision this future. I help companies to be realistic on establishing the goals and reach those midterm strategies to improve the business. So you can add me on LinkedIn, on Manu Rueda. I will try to answer all the questions. Please, if you have any question or you request the presentation, I can send you the presentation. I'm always trying to help everybody. My time is limited, but if you just send me a specific question, I will try to answer as soon as possible. So a little bit about myself. I started doing research when I was younger at the university. I work in different labs. I studied industrial engineer, specialized in robotics. I studied in Spain, then in France, and then in Germany. I did some collaboration while being a student with a European Space Agency. I also work in different robotics laboratories, and I really enjoy the technology itself. I'm a geek, and I love how to translate this technology into the real world. So then I started my 3D printing startup called Zeus, and we developed a 3D printer that has connectivity, and by the end we sold the company. Then I joined Hyperloop as a project manager at the beginning in the innovation team. So Hyperloop is a Elon Musk idea. Basically, we want to disrupt how we transport people and cargo from point A to B. So we want to make train. The real definition is not a train, but just to be super simple, we want to be like an airplane speed. We want to get an airplane speed into a train. So the system is an electromagnetic levitation system with low pressure. So the tube allows a really fast speed. So I started working in the innovation department. We do a lot of artificial intelligence and data science. I specialize myself in natural language processing, computer vision, machine learning, multimodal systems, different kind of geek stuff. So I pretty much work on the tech side, plus the business side, plus the people side. Then I also invest in startups. For example, Cabify is an Uber competitor here in Spain and in South America. They have reached a super high valuation, so I'm really happy, and I try to help startups because I'm an entrepreneur myself, and I try to help people as much as possible. So artificial intelligence, that is a super geek term. Marketing applications to real life, that is like super understandable term. So how to translate artificial intelligence applications into marketing. So I want to be really simple, and please let me know if you have any questions. I will be available through LinkedIn. You can send me any questions that you have. So we already know that technology shapes the way we consume any kind of product, any kind of media. For example, in this conference, we had an issue with the Wi-Fi, and the pulse speaker couldn't connect with us because there was this technology problem. So technology can empower the relationships between companies and people, between people, and it can also not only empower, but use in different ways. It can also block the communication between people and people. So we have to be really focused on the customer before applying the technology. This is super important. I think one of the main reasons people don't apply artificial intelligence right now is because they think it's a super complex thing, but at the end we need to focus on the customer first, and then to seek an expert like me or whoever and try to translate a complex thing into a real simple thing. So I will try to give you super simple examples to try to understand what is happening right now in the industry and how can we empower our marketing business to try to get more revenue, more customers, and try to empower the relationship with the customer. And by the end, make everyone happy. So what is artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence is a super simple term. It's the ability of a computer to perform actions thought to require human intelligence. So basically what we are trying is to make robots or computers, try to make them think like humans. So we are still in a really early phase. So computers, they cannot think like humans, but they can do some super specific tasks, outperform these tasks in a really cool way. So I will give you some examples. So probably you know this video game that is called Super Mario Bros. Who hasn't played this video game? It's a video game that everybody knows, Mario Bros. And it's a simple game. You just can move from left to right, up and down, jump, and just try not to be killed and pass the level to the next level. So can we apply artificial intelligence to try to go through the game and pass all the levels? So yeah, let's learn to play Mario. So I have a quick video about how an artificial intelligence system can play Mario. Please let me know through the chat if you can see this screen. Yeah. So this is a simulation where the artificial intelligence algorithm learns to play Mario Bros. It has different generations, so it's like the algorithm makes little by little by playing it makes itself more intelligent. So at the beginning, if you can see, Mario Bros is just dying all the time. It's not moving really well. All the mushrooms is it's hit all the time. So you can see that when we perform more and more iterations, Mario Bros learns how to move and goes a bit farther. So learning can be jumping, walking, varying the speed, doing multiple things. So after a few minutes of training, 24 minutes into the simulation, the intelligence made progress and learns how to jump. Wow, that's great, but I can play better than this system. So let's train the system further and further. This is called reinforcement learning. With 30 minutes into the simulations, the intelligence managed to complete the level 1. And look at the perform ratio, is really good. So basically, what I wanted to transmit with this video is that artificial intelligence is meant to be how to get the human intelligence into a computer. So by the end, Mario understands how to play different levels, 75 minutes of playing. 75 minutes of playing, we know that the artificial intelligence system is going to play the full Mario Bros. So basically it's this: how can we make computers think like humans? And if there is a specific task, we cannot perform humans because computers are more precise. So what is artificial intelligence, the technology layer behind it? So artificial intelligence, there is this deep neural networks, deep machine learning. That is so trendy right now. It's based on neurons. So we have different neurons connected with different perceptrons, and basically we try to emulate these neurons connections with these synapses. And this is something I don't want to dive on. It's maths, but basically what we are trying to emulate is how our brain works, but in a really simple and micro way. So the thing is, hey Manu, but yeah, this is great. You know how to play Mario Bros, but how complex can be the problem? Can we solve more complex problems? Like I have loads of customers and I want to optimize much more complex things that up and down, left and right. It's much more complex for me. My business has a lot of dependencies, a lot of parameters, a lot of things that I can measure, not just 6 things like a video game. So I will just continue with the video game analogy, and I will show you how this past year Google learned how to play StarCraft 2. That is a super complex video game. It's an RPG game where you have a lot of units. It's like having a small city where you can do many different things like make buildings, get resources, fight, whatever. So what they did, because this is a complex thing, they divided the map. On the right side, you can see the map. So they divided the map with computer vision, applying vision to the map. They divided the map in the different things that were happening. So they divided the health, the players that were playing. They were dividing the type of units that they were playing. So they divided the game in different layers. This is super important. They took something super complex that is StarCraft 2. That is a really complex game. EA Sports gamers are playing these kind of video games like 14 hours a day to compete on worldwide championships. So imagine how complex should be this system. So Google reached this level, and the key concept is try to make a complex problem try to divide it into a simple problem. Try to divide something super big into smaller blocks where you can attack this problem and solve it. So let's dive into marketing plus AI. AI is artificial intelligence. So the trend is that we are shifting from a programmatic era to a cognitive era. So what does it mean, programmatic era? So let's imagine that I want to buy this baby bottle for a friend. So I search for baby bottle. I look into Amazon. My friend is having a kid, so I want to give him as a gift this baby bottle. So I search in Amazon.com. I bought it, and I give this present to my friend. So Google, different kind of search engines, know that I'm looking for baby bottles. So the days after, I start getting advertisement on all the social networks, Instagram, Facebook, Google, whatever. All the advertisement is focused on this guy, Manu Rueda, looked for a baby bottle at this date. So we think that Manu Rueda is going to buy a baby bottle, but they didn't know that I bought a baby bottle. So it really pissed me off that for 2 weeks I'm getting baby bottle advertisement. 2 weeks of massive useless advertisement. This is super critical for you marketers, that you are pushing a lot of money into digital advertisement to get more customers, and probably maybe they are like me, that they already bought the product, that they don't need it anymore. They don't need this kind of advertisement. So instead of doing programmatic advertisement, we're going to this cognitive era where we understand that Manu doesn't need a baby bottle anymore. So in this cognitive era, Manu, that is an entity, is connected with Jorge, that is another entity. The algorithms, the machine learning artificial intelligence algorithms, are more intelligent than before, and they understand that Jorge is having a child, and Manu Rueda is going to give as a present the baby bottle to Jorge because he is going to have a child. So at the moment that they detect that Manu Rueda has bought a bottle, they don't push any more advertisement. So this is what is going to happen in the next few years. Instead of pushing by only a few parameters, the systems are going to become more intelligent, and they are going to know our relationships with other people. They are going to know which emotional state we are right now. If we are happy, maybe we are more prone to buy something. So probably it's a good time to sell, to market to a customer, potential customer, when they are happy. So we can do a lot of stuff with artificial intelligence. Right now, we need to focus on relevancy, right moment, and right place. When I mean place, is also channel. It's not the same if you push advertisement on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever, Google Ads, whatever. It's super important, a channel, and personal, exclusive for me. Maybe the advertisement for the baby bottle that I'm going to buy is different from pushing this kind of advertisement for another guy that is living in London instead of San Francisco, works in another company, etc. So relevancy and personal is super important right now. So everybody knows about the autonomous cars, and we are sort of afraid of, okay, I'm going to take a Tesla in the future, and maybe this is going to happen. This is a driverless car. This is a real picture of an accident, and we are super scared of going into a car with no driver, and what is going to happen? So how the autonomous car is working? How does it work? And this is super important because I'm going to apply the same concept to marketing. I'm going to extrapolate the same concept to marketing. So basically, an autonomous car, it will work better than a human because it captures all the data, much more data than humans can measure on real time with no energy levels. The robot is always 100% energy level. We as humans, maybe we are tired. I don't drink, but some people drink sometimes. This is illegal, but some people drink. And you know, the car actually has much more level of insights of what is happening around. And the cars in the future are going to be connected. So it's super important to see that the car is going to work much better. So how does the autonomous car works in a super simple way? So the autonomous car is an intelligent system. It's like a box where we put data, and the intelligent systems analyze this data. So why don't we apply the same concept to marketing? We are going to apply this concept. So we need data, and we need to develop an intelligent system where we push this data and we create a model that is going to work better than a human. So I want to propose you a real case study. So imagine that we are working in the marketing team in a baby bottle company. Now we are on the other side, and our boss comes to our place a Thursday, 3 p.m. in the afternoon, and tell us, hey Manu, we need to launch our new baby bottle ASAP. I talked with the CEO. We have this new product. It's going to be incredible. So let's send an email campaign with an offer to our 30,000 segmented clients. So Thursday, 3 p.m. 30,000 segmented clients. We all know tools for segmented clients. So maybe we can use some sort of tool, but we need to think how we are gonna do this. So there are 4 different approaches. The first approach is the super naive approach. Okay, I'm an intern. I don't know what I'm doing. I just send the emails right now. So I got these 30,000 emails. This email I push to the 30,000 customers, and let's see what happens. So probably this is not going to work so well because we have clients worldwide. Maybe some clients 3 p.m., maybe it's 4 a.m. in the morning, maybe they are not watching the email. This is not efficient. There is another second approach that we can do some research. So we look into the internet and we detected that on Monday and Tuesdays between 5 and 11 p.m. the opening rate is much higher for parents or potential parents that they are having their first child. So we think, maybe it's interesting to wait until Monday 5 p.m. and we send the campaign. This is the second approach, that we look on the internet what is working better. So it's sort of good, but it's not the best way. There's a third way that is super cool, and probably all of you are doing right now is, okay, so we have segmented people, segmented customers with some data. So we'll send it after business hours for each customer, and the best day to open it. So for each client, if Manu Rueda is in San Francisco, we'll send it when he arrives home, before he starts cooking, we'll send it to him. But then there is the fourth approach. There is the artificial intelligence way. It's with intelligent systems, and the system not only takes one data point or 2 or 3 data points that we can process ourselves, but much more data. Twitter, what is the customer doing on Twitter? What is doing at Instagram? What has worked before? All this data, we can create models, automatic models. So the system will detect which is the right time to send it for each customer. For example, for some customers, the best time will be when the customer reaches home 50 minutes after checking Instagram, before putting on Netflix, and before dinner. For some other customers, it will be different. So this intelligent system can personalize, customize for each customer a different model to maximize performance. So this is where artificial intelligence is going to disrupt. We are going to make systems and company much more efficient. So what is machine learning? Machine learning is a subset, it's like a small topic inside artificial intelligence when we need to teach machines. And machine learning, it will be if we have like hello, I'm an intern, we need to give a lot of details to the intern of, okay, you need to do this, and this. A lot of specifications. And then on the other side, we have autonomous or expert systems where we just send the objective of the task. Okay, we want to maximize our marketing campaigns through email. You can just use the tools that you want, you can do as you want. So machine learning is like an expert system for specific topics. So there are 7 spectrum of outcomes for artificial intelligence. There is the perception, what is happening now? We can do this with artificial intelligence. Then there is the second step, second layer, there is notification. What do I need to know right now about the customer? Third, the suggestion, what do you recommend? Then the automation, so we can automate things that we are doing manually. Fifth, this is super important. This is where we are starting to disrupt. We can predict what is going to happen. The 6th spectrum is that we can prevent possible failures or risk. And 7, we can make the humans be aware of what is happening. So I want to show you what a real startup, Shopper Motion, actually is a super cool startup. They are working with IKEA, with Carrefour, with Coca-Cola, Unilever. So they are applying machine learning and artificial intelligence, big data to stores. So what they do is they track the path that the customer is going with the cart. So they propose the shop, okay, you should put the Coca-Cola with the chips because we detected that people at your store, they tend to buy these 2 items together, or you should change this item through this other item. So you can get super meaningful results. And they have already improved each of all the IKEA stores almost 10% in sales just at the beginning of implementing the system. So this is happening right now. It's available. You can contact them. Then for marketing, you can, for example, with Radius AI, you can check what is happening on the street if you have a shop or you have different shops in different cities. You can see on real time what is happening, like the vehicles, like the pedestrians detection. You can see the type of vehicle that is going through the way, so you can predict, oh, there is the Black Friday. There is a lot of people coming to the store. So let's try to hire more people for these hours right now because we are gonna need more people to be on the shop, on the store. Then we have, for example, I mentioned the personalized email. We can personalize email for each customer, right user every time. So we can do automatic things that have more results than ever. We have another company, it's called Bright Funnel. So you are right now, you are doing your funnels like, okay, first I got a landing page. From this landing page, I push some paid advertisement or inbound marketing to get people to the landing. Then from the landing, I send a white paper. From the white paper, I send an email, a couple of emails. I redirect people to the store and get more people through different blogs. So you can do this automatically with Bright Funnel. It will be much more performant than doing it manually, because actually sometimes when we do marketing, we don't know what is going to happen. So these tools allow you to perform better. For online stores, everyone uses from time to time a bot, so you can save a lot of people on the customer side, and it's performing better than doing it manually. And you can just have your own bot and you can go to bed and the bot is answering for you. This is super useful. This is called natural language processing. Is super available on the market. You can implement it super fast. Then you have RPR. You can make much better decisions with data. You can see how your PR and your content marketing is working. You can measure things that typically are super hard to measure. And there are some topics like customer care, persona development, the smart lead routing. So for example, a smart lead routing, I will put you an example. And there are like two different ways of doing a smart lead routing. So a smart lead routing basically means we have a customer that has some questions, so we need to connect this customer with our customer service in order to try to get a sale or do Q&A, whatever. So right now, companies have two different approaches. So there is the round robin approach. So it's like, okay, I got a new customer that has a question, so I connect with the first person that is available from my customer service department, so I connect them. So this is cool, but sometimes it's not 100% efficient. Then the second approach that company takes when there are super big customer development teams, customer support teams, they have a territory-based strategy where, okay, this customer is from the United States, so we redirect with the customer team in Los Angeles. So these people are calling from India, so we connect them with the India customer service. So this is okay also because we outperform the time-based support, but there is another way. We can do this total match with artificial intelligence. Maybe we have an old lady that needs someone that is super calm, super relaxed, and explain the thing in a really simple way. And then we have a customer that needs super fast way of solving the issue because it's on a rush, and it's a totally different profile. So we can match like profiles, like dating with customer support. And this is super important for marketing because we can do the same for sales. We can put the best sale on we can match the right sale with the right people. So marketing and sales, they are always go almost together. So this is super important. Speech interfaces. We are diving into the speaker with Amazon Echo, Google Home, with different interfaces. We are diving into the speak era where we don't have clicks. We are going into the zero-click era. So we need to understand how can we approach marketing also in this kind of interfaces, because in the next few years this is going to happen. Amazon has a lot of it has a platform that has a lot of powerful tools to try to develop voice bots. So you can develop your own voice bots, so you can put advertisement in the future. When people are listening to music through Amazon Echo, you can put your advertisement. Community generation, this is also super important. You can have like bots or different artificial intelligence system to try to empower your community, and you can also do cognitive advertisement, as we mentioned before. Instead of going to through a programmatic era, we understand completely which is the actual state of the customer, so we can modify the discourse, we can modify what we are communicating as a marketing team. So this is super powerful because we don't need to do it manually, we can do it in an automatic way. So this is my speech. I hope you like it. I want to help you to outperform your business, so please contact me through LinkedIn if you have any questions. I'm available also right now. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Manu Rueda, for giving us such a notable information on artificial intelligence technology. And thank you so much, sir, for your presence for this Global Digital Marketing Summit 2018, and we would like to see you back again for our next event. Thank you. Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you very much. Remember, I am available for you, so please connect with me on LinkedIn, and I appreciate any kind of question that you have. I will be available. Thank you.
Sure, sir. Thanks a lot.